In this video, we're going to be talking about the heat and calorimetry worksheet, where basically you're given a question like how many joules are needed to warm 25.5 grams of water from 14 degrees Celsius to 22.5 degrees Celsius. The first thing we'll do is that we know what the formula is. Q is equal to M times the specific heat times the delta T, which is the final temperature minus the initial temperature. So we've been given those values. We know what each thing represents from the formula. The mass, the specific heat. They gave us the specific heat of water, 4.18 joules per grams degrees Celsius. And so keep the values you've been given in mind. They gave you the mass in this problem. They gave you the initial temperature. They gave you the final temperature. So Q is equal to M times C times delta T. Now you can write it as C times M times delta T. That's fine as well. That's not a problem. But that's what Q is. And then over here, we write down the value of the mass, 25.5 grams. We write down the value of C, 4.18 joules per grams degrees Celsius. And we write down the value of, T final minus T initial. That brings us to this next step, which is 25.5 times 4.18 times 8.5. Now, just for time purposes, I am not writing all the units again all over there. We know what our final unit is going to be is joules. And so we go ahead and multiply all these out, right? It's good to have a notebook and a calculator handy as you do these problems. And then you have 906 joules, which is the same thing as 9.06 times 10 to the second joules, or 9.1 times 10 to the second joules. It is important to know how to use scientific notation in chemistry. The idea of scientific notation is you basically have a number times 10 raised to a number like that. And that's what you would do. Okay, so you basically go you basically have a number between 1.1 and 9.9, right? A number that fits in there times 10 to an integer value. This could be -5, -50, could be 5, 10, 20. Why do we use scientific notation? We use scientific notation to help us reduce the time of trying to write out many zeros, right? That's a lot of why we use scientific notation. Let me know if you have any other questions, but that was just a good example with finding the amount of joules that was needed to raise 25.5 grams of water from 14 degrees Celsius to 22.5 degrees Celsius. Thanks for watching this video. Feel free to subscribe for more videos on chemistry, math, and different academic fields. Even if you're not a Lifestyle Academy student, you can enjoy watching our videos as well. Have a blessed day.